Hello again. Right, something occurred to me after the previous video, the one where I mentioned making a 25 pip trade of the 11th of November in case these get mixed up. Um, I was analysing the chart after making the previous video, and if I had, we talked about the entry on the 1 minute chart. Sorry for jumping around. Talked about this entry here on the 1 minute chart, and me thinking that I didn't want to miss the boat on that, and the drawdown could have sorry, yeah, it could have gone without us because all the accumulation had happened running up to the prior to the trade. The trend had formed. Let me go back to that small 15-minute chart there. As I said, when we got the 15-minute alert, we had a trend in place, and I went through this low, high, higher, low, higher, high, and so on and so forth. Now, I realised that the mouse is difficult to follow, and I thought so I'd just clarify this. This is your low, this is a high, this is your higher low, this is your higher high, and this is the pullback. Swing 4, swing 1, swing 2, swing 3. The reason this one is precluded or excluded is because it didn't break the high of that. So you can't do the song low, high, higher, low, no higher high. So you use that all as the higher low, higher high, and then we fail to break the high again. So this is continuing down. So this is your new, this is swing 4, and then finally we move into the power move, as it were. Some would say swing 3 is the power move, but I prefer to use the 4 swings. It's just the way. Well, we all find our preferences, and this is mine. So, and the alert happened, and we entered the trade. So that's that bit clarified. Hopefully, back to candles. Back to the M1 chart to see the entry. That was the entry there, and as a result of this alert, and then as I said, I had some painful drawdown. Now it occurred to me after I'd made the previous video that that was probably an M5 reversal. So looking at the M5, we did in fact have a reversal there. Problem was that if we had to wait for the M5 to the long side, then we would have lost some ground. But you could say greed and fear and so on and so forth. I'll move this line up. This was something else entirely. The green line I'm talking about, to our entry. It's higher than the entry, the open of the candle, because of the spread. And then we can put another green line on where we would have considered possibly entering as a result of that 5 minute alert. So we were considerably worse off. So there is quite a lot of discretion you can employ. That was the word I was looking for. Because as you can see, it's a substantial difference, 17 to 39. But then we could also say, okay, wait for the pullback on that 5 minute, and I think I haven't looked at this. There's the 1 minute pullback. Here's the 1 minute trigger. So it gets you in. Let's bring that down to there now. So if you'd follow the rules again, but there is always, that's the trigger candle there, I think. Pull this across. No, it's there. You're always running the risk at this time of day of missing the boat. So I think it's I still think this was a good way of getting into the trade. The reason I put this and not waiting for the 5 minute in the volatile times of the market. This is a particularly volatile currency pair as well, so this could just be a a result of the volatility. And if you'd chosen a less volatile pair, say for example Euro US dollar, but they're all pretty volatile, I must say, a caveat there, you may not have had this drawdown. But I put this vertical ascending trend line in here because this interested me as well. The price had come back to match all these levels. It had also come back to the 25 level, and we'd also come back to test this resistance level here as well. Resistance, 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 and finally comes back, tests it as support. So what came first, chicken and the egg? Was it the 25 level, or in this instance the 134 level, which stands to reason why it's been tested so much, or the ascending trend line, which is as a result of the price keep testing and retesting levels, like this scenario here, support, resistance, tested as support, and as the price gradually runs out of, in this instance, sellers, it fails to go much further down. I mean, it goes on and on, but these patterns never fail to fascinate me. So yeah, I'm just rambling on. I apologise if there's nothing of much interest to you here, but it interests me. And what I'd like to say about making these videos, it's not a totally sort of selfless pursuit. It's actually really, really useful. Trading is a lonely thing. I've tried trading in groups, and I find it stops my concentration. I've tried trading in rooms, then you just get totally and utterly, I get distracted. Plus I don't need to be around the charts all day long, so this suits me. I could be making a video at 3 in the morning if I'm awake, or I could be knocking one of these videos together at midday after lunch. If it's a rainy day, I could be making them all day long. I'm really enjoying the process of knocking the videos out. It's helping me in the respect that today I probably wouldn't have gone for 25 pips, but I thought, sod it. It's moving 400 odd pips a day, or it has done the last 2 or 3 days. I mean, Brexit and the Trump election has done wonders. I mean, traders must be rubbing, the professional traders I'm talking about, must be rubbing their hands with glee. The amount of money they must be making. No wonder the rich are getting so rich as a result of all these world traumas. But anyway, getting back to the point, I'm actually, it's forcing me to double check everything I do and why I do it, and consequently why go for the 6 or 7 pips when these moves are so solid at the moment. You look at the higher time frame charts, and this is just bonkers, this move here. Okay, you could say these 3 or 4 days here were terrible, but there will be a reason. So you've always got something in the back of your mind. I mean, I imagine running up to the American elections was the reason. You're always going to have in the back of your mind some sort of fundamental thoughts going through, and the fundamentals of the moment are, I think Trump has reinforced what the Brexiteers have done in the UK, in that the world is changing, and it looks like Europe, Germany and France are really worried about their elections now, but I digress. Anyway, love doing the videos. I'm going to keep knocking them out. I'm going to keep trying to cover various eureka moments that helped me with trading, and hopefully you will enjoy them, or get something out of them, should I say. I can't say you could probably enjoy listening to me rambling, but something of worth might come out of these videos for you. Anyway, another day, another trade.